Hey, career stuff real quick. Okay, so my current plan right now is ideally is maybe get an internship over the summer, do that, obviously build my outside of work skills and projects, but like do that and then go on to the next year. And there's one internship that I really, really want to get. I know that's like a really, really bad idea to like be married to an internship, but we'll see how that goes. There's also a couple other places I really want to go to as well. But then if somehow an internship doesn't work out, which is also a possibility in itself. I think it would either be research or just building out Quest. Quest is something I've been wanting to build out for a long time now. Quest is basically think this multi-agentic system that basically helps you get closer to your goal. So if I want to become better at lead code, it creates these daily mini quests for you to go on and do stuff. But the idea is like beyond just like habits like lead code or wherever, it can be more integrated into your environment. So if I want to be more involved within a community, or take the data around that community, like reviews, places, knowledge about it, and it can send you on quests like, okay, go help this charity real quick or do this thing. I feel like make it could it would be it'll just be much more it would make it much more adventurous there, I think. As I but I don't know. Actually I do know, but I'm still trying to figure out how that would work. I think I'd really want to build it out. I think this summer might be a great time for that. So those are my three options, just to say them again. Quest, research, internship. I guess a research thing also counts as an internship, but sometimes it doesn't. So who knows how that works. But it is what it is. But I think beyond just internships, I've also been thinking what I'm going to try and do post grad, which is like, do I want to do a 4+1 program? Do I want to go into a PhD? Do I want to go straight into industry? And I still don't know. Originally, because usually I'm very certain about what I want to do, even though it changes, I'm very certain. But like right now, it's a very muddy gray where I don't know if I just want to do a PhD, if I want to go into industry, or if I want to do the 4+1. I think the 4+1 is the one I'm most confident about because like let me just get my master's real quick. But then who knows how that would work? And maybe it'll be, but like maybe I get a internship my junior. I think that's how it works. You get your a really cool internship my junior year, and then the company gives me a return offer. I just go work for them. But I think where I found so far early on the amps, very early on into my career, I do like building stuff. I also like doing a lot of research. And I think that I love the mix of that. So I'm trying to figure out what role or what position can I place myself in that will allow me to enjoy the best of both worlds. And I think that's why I'm so struggling between the choices I have available to me. But yeah, I don't know. So another thing about PhD is like a PhD is a really long time. So I think maybe my ideal thing for a PhD will be that I don't know if this is how it works because I'm still researching into this, but like I work for a company and they kind of sponsor my PhDs as I'm working for them. I'm also getting my PhD. So like in the next 4 years, like I've had a really good job, but also I've got my PhD at the end of it. So that would be really awesome. But I think the 4+1 program right now is the one I'm most certain of. I also have to double check how that works, being a transfer and all of that. Industry is also really awesome. I think that'd be really cool. I think it really just depends on the company. I have companies I like more than others. I'm obviously not gonna say that, but say list them out. But there's definitely companies I like more than others. I think I'm like every day, like every each passing day as I build more stuff, do more stuff, learn more stuff. I kind of learn what type of environment I want to be in. Because originally I always had this belief that no matter where I go, I'll ace it. I'll be fine, right? I'll be better than fine. But then what I've learned as I've grown up, that may be true. That very likely is true. That is true. But then it doesn't also hurt to just have environments that also like enable you to grow, right? Like it's kind of like Skylanders. The Skylanders, you have these really cool Skylanders, but some Skylanders work best in certain environments, right? It's not that they're weaker in other environments. It's just that they're like much like even though they're 100 power level, you can times 10 them in like a different environment. So I think his name was Spyro. I think Spyro works best in like cloud environments, and Wrecking Ball works best in like magical environments, even though all of them are magical. But I think it was like undead environments. Either way, you can search this up yourself and do all the research. But I think that's the philosophy I now carry. It's like, okay, even though I can still excel in this environment, I want to find environments that not only I can excel in, but I can also be multiplied by. Yeah, I like that. I like that analogy. So that's also a thing I have to look for. But also, it's also a thing about options. And this is one of my qualms of research. Is like it's always like, okay, what type of research do you want to do? And that's good and all. but that's also like who's giving like research positions out? Because it's like one thing to have your own personal preference, but it's like how much do the personal preferences weigh when you only have like one option, right? Or if you have no options at all. Even though in research, I think what I've been lacking on is just having personal projects because the biggest thing I've been told is when you do a research request, like say, oh, I want to work for this person, it's more of a value proposition than you think. It's not just like, okay, hey, I want to come work for you and you're going to give me a bunch of value, but I'm just going to give you like, hey, I can talk in a meeting every now and then. You have to have like a project that you can say, hey, this is something really cool. And I think I would love to bring these skills, maybe even this project, to your lab and continue developing it, something like that. Um, which is something I have to do more of. I think that kind of goes back to the previous point about personal preferences. I think what's been tricky is that my fear has been okay. Like there's a couple of researchers I really love at UMD especially, but then if I say okay, I want to target this researcher, let me just go do a project that aligns with his interest. I pour off that time into doing that project, just come to him or her, and he's like, or he or her is like, nah, I don't really care that much. Now it's like I got those skills, but I could probably have done it better for someone else. You know, it's like an opportunity cost thing. Um, so I think maybe I should like maybe reframe it in the sense that it's not even a matter of like forget the research, just like what projects are you really interested in. I think that's where Crowdflow comes in, where it's like that's something that genuinely interests me. I was looking at the NVIDIA Omniverse Discord, and looking at a bunch of project showcases. I was like, wow, this seems really cool. I saw some crowd simulator ones, not anything that fully like takes the idea of Crowdflow and basically does it already, but it's like I really want to continue working on that. I think it'll be really cool. Just for visualizations alone will be really cool to see. So I think I'm gonna continue working on Crowdflow and then see hopefully not even gonna do hopefully, but see what aligns with this. I can be saying, okay, I'm working on this project. Hey, can I join your lab? And be much more aggressive. I think before there was a much more it was a bit tricky because I had my computer science LEP application that was due sometime in October. So I was rushing to get the research done. And so I could say, hey, I'm also doing research here now. So I was a bit more nervous where I was like, okay, I don't want to like annoy anyone yet, right? But since that's passed and I've done the application, now it's a much more open range game where I have more room to do more things that I wouldn't have done prior, right? So I can go about that and see how that goes. But yeah, that's the career stuff. I haven't talked about it in a while, so I think it's a good time to catch up, especially as 2026, 2025 comes to an end and internship stuff continue to do their interviews and do their offers. So I pray that goes well. Besides that, I have nothing else to say. So have a great day.